Sherlock Holmes still sat exactly as I had left him, save that he laid aside his. That was a new sound effect.
Yeah.
Someone just followed me.
Ooh.
I can tell because Elwood said, "Whoa," really happily. I'm sorry. The person who donated $42.
Hello?
That's
I think you might
literally
owe them
so many dollars.
I think you might owe them like a life debt.
I think I might owe them $42.
Are we gonna read?
Sorry I got distracted by being paid more than I make in a month.
Yeah.
Just him talking about throwing the newspaper down made me remember the vine about the cheese of wisdom. Slap. Immigrants cause cancer.
Yes. I was just thinking about that the other day.
I'm glad we're on the same page. No less a person than Mr.
Athelney?
Athelney Jones. Athelney. Athelney.
Go to baby.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Go to Baker Street at once, it said. If I have not returned.
He shuffled towards the door, but Athelney Jones got in front of him. The treasure must afterwards be handed over to the authority. Handed over to the authorities until after the official investigation.
And a brace of grouse with something a little choice in white wines. Hey! That's what Christina's drinking.
Whoa!
Watson, you have never yet recognized my merits as a housekeeper.
Well, yeah, because Mrs. Hudson is the housekeeper.
Sherlock Holmes is a house husband confirmed.
Literally, though.
He just wants to sit here and tend his bees.
Yeah, honestly. Sit there, tend his bees, smoke his pipe, and walk around in circles.
Maybe do a little cocaine.
Maybe do a little cocaine as a treat. Ruben is asking me questions, and I'm like, I can't stream and think at the same time. It doesn't work. Our meal was a merry one. Holmes could talk exceedingly well when he chose, and that night he did chose. And faced his dinner with the air of a bon vivant. Oh, the Lego Batman movie. That's where I've heard that phrase before. We're nearing the end of our task, and I caught something of Holmes's gaiety. Okay, let's add, 5? 5 to the gay count?
Have you a pistol, Watson?
He asks him this, like, every time.
Yeah, honestly, Watson should just, carry his pistol with him always.
Yeah. Holmes had already drawn his revolver, and I whipped out mine at the sight of this person. He was wrapped in some sort of dark ulster or blanket, which left only his face exposed. Whatever. No. I just don't want to read that. Yeah, we're not gonna read that.
No, we're not gonna read that.
That it was only by throwing the end of a rope over his shoulders that we were able to haul him out, and to drag him, like some evil fish, over our side. I'm changing my status as we speak to some evil fish. Because it's more important than my current status. Sports ball.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the dark ooze at the bottom of the Thames lie the bones of the strange visitor to our shores. How do you know he can't swim?
I think it was less about him. No, you know what? That's a good question. He was an islander.
Like, I get it, he's short, but short people can swim.
Mm-hmm.
Very presumptuous, Watson. I mean, I guess he is writing the story after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I feel like I would have known if someone had seen this guy because he kind of stands out in a crowd. But
Mm-hmm.
still.
He went into the Thames 3'4" with dark skin. And he
Mm-hmm.
came out 6'2" with very pale skin.
Wow. That
British
man
people
is.
aren't just like that. It is the
That
Thames.
man was named Albert Einstein.
And that man was Albert Einstein.
I don't give a swag.
I've had ups in my life and I've had downs, but I've learned not to cry or spill milk.
How old is that saying?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. Yeah, the voice that I just slip into seems to just be Sherlock.
Yeah. It's
Uh,
very funny to listen to.
I'm sure Sherlock Holmes is just telling this story.
Sherlock Holmes keeps interrupting him and trying to copy his inflection, and the guy's like, dude, I'm right here.
Yeah,
Stop
Mr.
guessing my
Holmes.
life story correctly.
Mr. Holmes, can you wait? Like,
You
can
can
you
tell the
wait?
story again tomorrow. Let
Mm-hmm.
me finish.
I listened to Welcome to Night Vale in order to try and fit in with, quote, the cool kids, unquote,
Mm-hmm.
because I went to a really fucking weird school where the cool kids were like the Homestucks, which is so funny.
That's so funny.
Should I like do a quick performance of It's Okay to Leave Your Dog in a Hot Car?
I don't want to get copyright striked by the Beatles for singing their most popular song on stream.
Their hit song.
Their hit song, It's Okay to Leave a Dog in a Hot Car.
Given that I think if I sing it fast enough, we might make it under 10 seconds.
Go ahead.
It's okay to leave a dog in a hot car. It's okay to leave a dog in a hot car. Nothing bad could possibly happen if you leave a dog in a hot car. Why are you filling out a job interview while we're streaming?
Because you were singing It's Okay to Leave a Dog in a Hot Car.
Alright, point taken.
While you figure out this accent, I need to fill out this paperwork.
Okay, I'm going into Australian, which is not what I want, but
You were going into Australian earlier, by the way.
yeah.
When you were doing
Listen.
Angry Sherlock, you were either Angry Sherlock or Australian.
Yeah, well, I'm here to make jokes, not do accents. Christina,
Sorry.
go.
Sorry, I'm filling out a job application. On the plus side, Charlie says you're doing a perfect job.
Thank you, Charlie. I suspect that is not. I may be doing a good job, but I don't know that I'm doing an accurate job. But thank you. What we did was to organize a central guardhouse in the middle of the fort. I sound like Ringo telling a ghost story.
Good.
Spooky. Because I know an oath is binding upon a Ferengi. Ferengi. That's a Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's a Star Trek alien.
Yeah, I was about to say that's a Star Trek, isn't it?
That's a Star Trek alien. Bicycle.
Musical.
Thank you.
The musical, the series.
I almost said that.
We're always on the same page about everything all the time, except when we aren't, which is never.
Yeah. We have never once been on a different page about something.
Ever. Especially about ghost rules in Next to Normal. He stopped and held out his manacled hands for the whiskey and water which Holmes had brewed for him.
Brewed?
It's
whiskey and water, babe. Like,
yeah. For
Alrighty,
myself,
what?
huh?
Brood? Brood, huh?
Yeah. What a interesting descriptor.
Mhm.
For myself, I confess that I had now conceived the utmost horror of the man. Not only for the. Now I'm thinking about American pronunciations. I do pronounce it horror. I pronounce
Watch
it.
a horror movie.
Yeah, I pronounce it WHORE, but it's really hard to hear the apostrophe R.
Mm-hmm. Horror.
Because the horror is so pronounced, but
Mm-hmm.
it's like Zara asked me to pronounce meerkat and mirror cat,
Mm-hmm.
and there's just the smallest bit of difference.
Yeah. Americans be like, mirror.
Horror.
Gonna go watch a horror movie.
Gonna go watch a horror movie. I'm going to actively avoid every piece of horror media I can
No,
find.
I know. I'm going to avoid every piece of horror media I can.
No, I seek out the horror media. I avoid the horror media. There's a difference.
Mm-hmm.
A very small semantic difference. No, don't go on with your story. How long is he gonna go on with his story? Literally forever. It keeps going forever.
Do we care?
No.
Here's the thing. I don't care. Can we skip this?
I would feel bad for not finishing.
But if we skip it, it means that we can actually finish the story.
This is the story.
No, like finish reading the chapters tonight.
This is the last chapter.
Here's the thing, I really don't want to.
One thing that I do very much enjoy about my silly little accent is that when I say the word sentence, it's SEN''NCE.
Mm-hmm.
It skips over a lot. It's the bargain version of the word. Mm-hmm. What is a sentence? I only know sentences.
I. Nonsense.
I've.
That?
I think so. A. Is it? No, he keeps going for a while.
I grow weary of my story. Talks for another 8 years.
Yeah, I was about to say, he makes it sound like he's gonna stop. Then he very much does not stop.
He. He.
No.
At. Yeah.
You've already done that.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Like, I realize you're sparing us quite a bit more, but stop it.
Yeah, when you're telling a story that lasts for literally a chapter, you can't talk about sparing us from any part of the story.
You sound like Victor Hugo being like, okay, but don't worry, it's relevant to the plot and it won't take very.
Very. Tonga.
Very. Tonga.
You truly held nothing back. Okay, I think we can go back to regular dialogue now, because he's done finally telling his fucking story.
Uh-huh.
A very remarkable account, said Sherlock Holmes.
Unamusingly.
Tired. A fitting wind-up to an extremely interesting and long case.
Watson is asleep at this point.
Yeah, Watson is sleeping. He fell asleep around
17 paragraphs ago.
Yeah.
Miss Morstan has done me the honor to accept me as a husband in perspective.
He gave a most dismal groan. "I feared as much," said he. "I really cannot congratulate you."
How much should we mark that one as?
4 for the sign of the 4.
Okay. Perfect.
I should never marry myself, lest I bias my judgment.
I
for
trust.
Other reasons.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Sure. That's exactly why you'll never marry Sherlock. Uh-huh. Yeah, I'll trust you on that one, buddy. Let's add one more. For that sentence. I will never marry. Shut up. You're
You want to
straightened.
get married.
That's
you
why
want to
you're
get
not
married
gonna get
so
married.
bad.
You want to get married so bad to this guy you just met. To be fair, Mary also did just meet John.
Yeah. That's why they're a good match.
Yeah? Why?
They both see John Watson and they're like, "Oh, this guy."
This guy. It's the one. And Watson's like, "What are you talking about?"
I think that Mary and Sherlock should be best friends.
I think they should be best friends also. BBC Sherlock!
The only good thing about that show was having Sherlock and Mary be friends.
Yeah, and then they messed it up.
They completely fucked it up. But
they did that to everything, so.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have been.
It was almost like, well, it was like equal opportunity. Yeah, where like they fucked everything up, so it's like less of a big deal that they fucked that up.
Also, this stream has gotten more not safe for work than I was expecting tonight.
Sorry.
I mean, honestly, if you talk about Victor Hugo, there's no avoiding it.
You can't. Like, you can't.
Legally, you are obligated to talk about it. It's like when you're watching Lord of the Rings and Aragorn kicks the helmet, you're legally obligated to be like, "Did you know Viggo Mortensen broke his toe during that scene?"
The legend of Viggo Mortensen's toe.
Reminds me of me when I see a video about hamsters. You broke my toe.
I did.
So, the only time when getting off topic 69 times is acceptable is when we were watching The Abominable Bride, and we did it because Maestrad was on screen and we drew hearts around them.
Yes.
Because that was approximately the funniest thing that has ever happened.
We just said we're off topic, and then you immediately got more off topic.
Well, I have things to say. I have need to watch BBC Sherlock Disease.
Yeah.
Yeah. The division seems rather unfair, I remarked. You have done all the work in this business. I get a wife out of it. Jones gets the credit. Pray, what remains for you?
Well, me, said Sherlock Holmes, there still remains the cocaine bottle. And he stretched his long white hand up for it.
Sherlock.
Damn, that's kind of a bummer, huh?
Honestly. He's like, well, I solved the case. This other guy gets the credit. My best friend is getting married to someone who is not me. I will do drugs about it. And maybe I'll learn how to be off topic less.
That's not gonna happen.
I will not do that.
Do that.
They're tiered. Anyway. Bye, stream.
Bye, stream.